Chapter 14, Ritualistic Slaughtering, which I'm sure would be some people's favorite chapter. Before closing the treatment of Jewish ceremonial institutions, a word should be said about the ritualistic slaughtering of animals fit for food among Jews. A few statements will suffice to convey a fairly definite idea concerning it. The method of killing animals for food among Jews consists of severing the trachea and esophagus of the animal by means of a knife, entirely devoid of notches so that the blood may flow easily out of the body through the slit made. And the animal feels, less pain that way and becomes unconscious quicker than actually if you cut off its head, which is interesting. Slaughtering is not directly commanded in the Pentateuch. The verse on which slaughtering is based, Deuteronomy 12:23. Only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and that thou mayest not eat the blood with the life. The knives, chaphalim, used differ in size according to the size of animals to be slaughtered. And see, we have fowl, small cattle, large cattle, and the ritual genital mutilation knife. Okay, this is a facsimile edition, so I think that's okay, even though it was a bit long. For fowl, there is a small knife. For small cattle, a larger one. And for big cattle, one of extraordinary size. The act of slaughtering is known as shechita, and the person performing the act is entitled shochet, slaughterer. The shochet must be a person qualified by knowledge. His examination before competent judges, if passed successfully, is called Kabbalah. Is it with a K or is it with a Q? We're going to have to look that up. The shochet, after a careful examination of its various vital organs, passes upon the fitness of the animal slaughtered for food. If he finds the animal sound, he seals the parts with the mark kosher, meaning fit for food, in contradistinction to terafah, meaning unfit, and originally signifying something torn by a wild animal. In this connection, the following passage is of interest, from Exodus 22:31. And ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. All animals are terafah, which are found unsound, have died, as Deuteronomy 14:21 indicates, are killed by means other than that of slaughtering. It is hardly necessary to state which animals are permitted for food among Jews. Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14 are explicit in this subject. Let this general principle suffice as a statement of the guiding rule observed. Of animals living on the dry ground, only such are eaten which chew their cud and divide their hooves, while of animals living in the water, only such are eaten which have scales and fins. It should be moreover observed that certain parts of the animals permitted for food are forbidden. They are blood, as Deuteronomy 12:23 indicates, fat, as Leviticus 7:23 indicates, and the hindquarter on account of containing the sciatic nerve. The hindquarter is avoided as food on account of the narrative in Genesis, which, concluding the story of Jacob's wrestling with the angel of God as a noun and verb, tells, Therefore the children of Israel eat not now of the sinew which shrink, which is upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. Genesis 32:32. In the Islamic tradition, by the way, they don't observe these things. It's believed to be something that the ancient Israelites received as an extra restriction. As another fact to be mentioned here is that nothing is made of milk in any form, like butter or cheese, is used by Jews together with meat or fat of any kind, the meat of fish alone being exempt. This custom is based on the rabbinical rendering of the biblical passage, Exodus 23:19. Thou shalt not seethe the kid in its mother's milk. Doesn't it mention Moloch, as in Malak Tauz, Gnog Manog, the agent of the devil? The rules of killing animals among the Jews and those governing the diet of Jews were no doubt prompted to a great extent by hygienic considerations. These are the main ceremonial institutions of the Jews. There are a great many more of minor importance. To treat them all would be an almost interminable task, as in you need a bigger book, some of the ones that have been composed to talk about rules of eating and that sort of stuff. The descriptions given in the course of these chapters suffice to give a fair idea of institutions practiced by most Jews in their synagogues and homes, and of many institutions which Jews are expected to conform in the course of their religious life. And the only difference between the sacrifices is a sacrifice may be different blessings, charitable divisions, or the priests that do it getting a portion. In Islam, there's the portions are divided among one's self, one's family and friends, and the poor. And you have to give a portion to the poor, by the way, in the Islamic rendition. But your typical eating, yeah, things are done in the name of God, and whatever way that's done, Jews do it too. I mean, the ones that have their kosher meat, it's not just the rabbi looks over the animal. Their knowledge includes knowing whatever blessing their tradition is obliging on them.